morning, or depending on when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of Voice of Radio. So today, I want to talk about Excadrill. Now, that's probably not terribly surprising to you if you follow this channel even a little bit. You will know that Excadrill is one of my favourite Pokemon. You'll know that the Excadrill from Cosmic Eclipse is my favourite card at the moment. And it's been a while since I really seriously played and took seriously any deck that didn't have that Excadrill in. But that's not the Excadrill I want to talk about today. I want to talk about the other Excadrill. Now, to be fair, I say the other Excadrill. There is actually the one that just came out in Vivid Voltage. Let's just say the one from Vivid Voltage, although cool, is not actually good. So we're not going to spend a huge amount of time talking about that one. No, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about the Excadrill that came around in Unified Minds. And we're talking about the fact that there is a genuine chance that this ends up being banned in the expanded format sooner rather than later. Really? Yeah, really. Now, the Excadrill from Unified Minds does have the attack slash, free energy, 90 damage. Nobody's getting particularly impressed by that one. But it also has the attack Rototiller, which allows you to shuffle 4 cards from your discard pile into your deck. And basically, this is turning into the best option we've got. This isn't a phenomenal card. If it was a phenomenal card, it would have been seeing a huge amount of play all the way along. The fact of the matter is that for a long time, this saw basically no play because of Oranguru. Oranguru pretty much outpaced it, and as much as I tried to make an argument for this being a viable alternative, the player base and the community as a whole proved me wrong by not playing it. But if you've been paying attention, you may have noticed that since Oranguru went and rotated out, and got banned in Standard, more on that in a moment, this Excadrill has actually started seeing more and more play. Not necessarily a great card, but the best option we've got for recovery at the moment. And arguably because of that, a pretty great card. Now, we need to go back just a little bit here, because a couple of days ago, maybe even yesterday, depends when this gets uploaded, I showed you a couple of cards that had just been banned over in Japan. And those were Oranguru and Sableye. And what they had in common was recovery. They were basic Pokemon that for a single energy allowed you to recover any cards you wanted, basically. Oranguru's got the attack resource management for a single colourless energy, lets you put 3 cards from your discard pile onto the bottom of your deck. And then we had Sableye with Junk Hunt, which only got 2 cards back and did need a darkness energy, but they went to your hand. Now, they also had to be item cards, but again, they went straight to your hand, which was pretty big. And bearing in mind, you know, we're talking expanded format here, so if you want a supporter card, you can just get Versus Seeker, and you can get all of your items back. So you can't really get, like, Pokemon or energy, but most of the time, when you're talking about these disruptive decks, it's item cards and supporter cards you're looking to get back anyway. And supporter cards can be gotten back with the item card Versus Seeker anyway. So this does all but let you get back what you want. Now, we did mention one other ban in that video, which we've had for 2.5 years in Japan, have just caught up. That is Puzzle of Time. Puzzle of Time is a pretty big one, if I'm honest with you. Puzzle of Time is that item card that lets you put any 2 cards from your discard pile back into your hand. So obviously what Sableye would do was just always recover 2 Puzzle of Time. So then on your turn, you could trade those 2 Puzzle of Time in your hand for any 2 cards in your discard pile. But Sableye really fell out of favour for Oranguru. If we look at expanded tournaments, it has in both the US, Europe and Japan, it really has been Oranguru that has been cleaning up. But Oranguru's gone away. And Sableye probably would have been the natural alternative, but Sableye's gone away. And the fact of the matter is that in the expanded format, People are always trying to make these degenerate decks. People are always trying to make these control decks, the ones that do not let you play the game, that recover resources and just try and stop you. And we've now basically got one option left here, and it's Excadrill. Excadrill has immediately become the best option. Now, the cool thing about Excadrill is it actually does get 4 cards back as opposed to Oranguru's 3, and they do get shuffled into your deck, which can be quite important. With Oranguru, you either had to play Looker, which drew from the bottom of your deck. Nobody really did, but you could have. Or you had to find a way to shuffle your deck, or else you're basically guaranteed that those cards are on the bottom of your deck, and it'd be a little while till you could find them. But Excadrill does shuffle them straight back in, making them more accessible. Well, potentially they could be nearer the top of your deck. No guarantee, of course, they didn't have to be, but they could have been. And that was kinda cool. Of course, the downside of Excadrill is that you need a fighting energy. It's not the end of the world, it didn't really hurt Sableye, and it does turn off recycle energy, which actually really sucks, and ironically came out in the same set as Excadrill. If discarded, it goes back to your hand, making it more likely you'll have the energy, and potentially meaning you can play less energy. Though remember, you shuffle any 4 cards back in, that could include energy. But outside of that, it wasn't really an issue. The issue with Excadrill is it's a Stage 1 Pokemon, which firstly means you need to take more space in your deck for the basic and the Stage 1, not just the basic. Secondly, it means that you've actually got to evolve up into the Stage 1, you can't just play a basic. And thirdly means that your opponent can essentially lock you out of it, at least for a turn. Because the theory with Oranguru is you can always just bench an Oranguru, attach an energy, and you're ready to go. With Excadrill, you have to have a Drillbur down, ready to evolve. If your opponent knocks out your only Excadrill, it is going to be 2 turns before you can get rolling again. Although, we might as well mention that Excadrill while we're here. Yeah, it discards the top 4 cards of your deck, but it also does 120 for a single energy, and it's a really good weakness. Or does 180 for a single energy if you've got 3 or fewer cards left in your deck. So, you could put that in as a nice little tech. And then essentially what you do with this Excadrill is you play it very much like the old Oranguru deck. Your partner of choice is going to be Chinchino from Sword and Shield, and I adore that I'm making this video as my Page of the Day Pokemon calendar, with only a couple days left, is on Chinchino. Yay! Every Chinchino lets you once during your turn discard a card from your hand to draw 2 cards. Ironically, that is also the best partner for the attacking Excadrill, but it's going to work very nicely here. You're probably going to play Sudowoodo to limit your opponent's bench size. You're probably going to play Girafarig to lost zone cards from your opponent's discard pile. There's a decent chance you're going to play Munchlax, so that you can, which again did come out in Unified Minds, let you flip a coin and it ends your turn regardless, but if heads you can put any card from your discard pile on top of your deck, which is kind of cool. And then we're going to be playing a whole bunch of Disruption. We're going to be playing cards like Plumeria and Faber, supporter cards that get rid of your opponent's energy. You are not going to be playing Balauber and Bryson, man. Do remember that has gone and been banned. It's a nice milling card, but unfortunately it's not there anymore. You can't have it. You're going to be playing Crushing Hammer to get rid of your opponent's energy. You're going to be playing Counter Catcher because you're not looking to take prizes. So you're basically going to be behind on prizes the entire game, and that is item-based gusting, which is going to be quite good. You're going to be playing Life Dew, which is a tool card that you attach to your Pokemon, and then if you get KO'd, you don't give up a prize. And then the next turn, you're going to recover it, and round we go. You're going to be playing Power Plant to turn off your opponent's abilities, or of GXs and EXs, or you're going to be playing Chaotic Swell, as I like to call it, the perfect counter stadium. You're going to be doing all of this stuff. You're going to be playing it very much like an Oranguru deck. So to go back to my original question, is Excadrill going to be banned in the expanded format soon? And my answer is that if everybody starts playing it, and there is no guarantee that they will, but if they do, probably. Like, they banned Oranguru, which recovered lots of cards and let you use all of these awkward cards over and over again. and they banned Sableye, which does the same thing, and Excadrill does the same thing. And maybe the fact that we've lost Belelba and Bryson Man is a step too far. Maybe the fact that it's a stage 1 and takes a bit more setting up and an extra 4 spaces in your deck is going to be the difference between it being too good and not. But the fact of the matter is, Pokemon both in and outside of Japan have made it very clear that they are not fans of these control-style archetypes. They don't want these kind of decks out there, and given that this is now the best option for those decks, it does seem an awful lot like it might not last very long. Of course, if we don't have expanded tournaments, which we haven't done for a while because of the whole pandemic thing, maybe it's going to be a moot point anyway. But as I was looking through these bans lately, Excadrill came to mind and I thought, you know what? I'm not sure it's going to last. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to know what you think about this. Do you think Excadrill is a good alternative? Do you think Excadrill is never going to work, bearing in mind in Standard people have already started playing it? And do you think it's going to end up being banned in the expanded format? Go nuts in the comment section, but be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCGRadio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCGRadio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.